Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we will be continuing our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms, and we're playing as Jian. We have a turn that I believe we need to end here. We have our forces Sun Quan coming down to join with Zhang Fan, our general down here, to combine and take a move against Zerong over here, who's been at war with us off and on for a while. We have Cao Cao ready to move again, or not Cao Cao, but Sun Ce ready to move against Cao Cao over here in the Pengcheng Temple area. We'll see if he can cross over the river here, if we're going to have to get some kind of negotiation with Tao Ying to move across his lands. And Sun Jian, for a change, is just kind of going to be a deterrent up here. I'm kind of moving him centralized to the Chen farmland at the moment, in case we have any more surprise incursions from the north. And I've decided, with the hiring of Cheng Pu, who's now in an army, yes, we have an army with 2 sentinels, who is going to start moving against the Han Empire, who is no longer affiliated with Liu Bai, so I'm not worried about dragging in whoever he is affiliated with or a vassal of, and chain, with that battle or dynamic, going to war with someone extra that way. It's not Liu Bai, so I'm fine to do it. So let's end this turn so we can move forward and see what develops with these plans. Someone would like to arrange marriage, Kong Rong, except they don't seem too happy with each other, and I don't know that I need that. Plus, their character will join our faction. I don't need an unharmonious character. Yan Pu, he's a little old for you, isn't he? Or she's a little young for you, isn't she? So we're just going to go ahead and reject that proposal. I have a feeling she's going to be a target of lots of marriage proposals, perhaps. And Zhang Yang, that's fine. We're at peace, I believe, with Zhang Yang now. Yes, that's who we should be at peace with now. Peace treaty signed between Ma Teng and the coalition with Ma Teng left. A peace treaty has been signed between Yuan Shu. That's fine. Shi Ji declared war on the Han Empire. In fact, the Han Empire looks like a lot of people are declaring war on the Han Empire now that he's not affiliated with Liu Bai. Unless, is what I can't tell, Liu Bai is somehow being not as strong as I fear he could be. The Lava Festival, that's nice to have a good omen and +10 to public order for 5 turns. That will help my commanderies, so I will take it. We have a new sentinel yet again moving through our territory and ambushes Zhang Yan. An ambush discovered. But we are at peace with Zhang Yan, I believe, and I just want to double check that. Zhang Yan, yes, we are at peace and moving better now that we've signed peace. So I'm not too worried about that. Okay, let's get Sun Quan moving down here to the south. And we will keep him in forced march. It doesn't look like in the winter he's able to move that far. Look at that, he doesn't get very far at all. But we will continue the movement. And Cao Cao, can you get movement across the river without... Is that going to path you? No, it paths you through there no matter what. I can't path you without going over the river or the water crossing at that point. So let's open negotiations. With Gongsun Zhan. So that's a new... I thought it was somebody else, Tao Ying or something right before that. What did I miss? I know we remembered seeing him moving through Cao Cao's territories, but yeah, I thought Tao Ying over here, he obviously lost the territory to Gongsheng Zan, so that is who I need to make peace with, or ability to move my armies through there. Diplomatic, I want military access. What? Oh, it's not a good one. It's gonna cost me too. Oh boy. Do I just move through and upset him and trespass? Or, yeah, he's not happy with us at all. So I'm kind of thinking we may have to pay this one out. What have we got to be able to trade? Do we have any interesting ancillaries that I'm worth? Not really. Not really that we aren't already using. So we don't really have any worthwhile ancillaries. We obviously can make, we have funds to be able to pay some. So let's see if we decide to pay, how much that can lower it down and how much we gotta pay to lower it down. I don't think food. Oh, we don't want them to give. I want to pay, not you paying. What am I doing? Make payment. It's got to be funny when you're watching and you see someone doing something and not realize what he's doing. You want to shout out going, "No, you fool." Well, that hardly makes any gain at all for a lot of money. Yeah, we aren't going to be able to get, be able to get that. That kind of protects Cao Cao there. Is there another way to go around to get to Cao Cao? He's kind of protected in that little area there, isn't he? We may just have to trespass and hope it doesn't bite us in the behind. He's weaker than us overall, so why don't we do this? Let's take Sun Jian, once we close diplomacy, let's take Sun Jian and move him toward Chen. Yeah, our movement is definitely slower in the wintertime. Let's move him over towards Chen, the city. And then I think what we'll do, just so we don't take the major supply hit, in case we need to force him out of there a little bit, although the balance of power is good, so that shouldn't be an issue. So let's just trespass and see what becomes of it. And we're just gonna have to see what comes of. Yeah, we trespass, so hurt by another 15. We were already bad. We're already heading in the wrong direction. So, yep. We're just going to have to deal with what comes of that. And we have Sun Jian over here to try and reinforce us up behind. I'm almost debating to my vassal giving the Luoyang lumberyard back to Yijian Li Ting to help out my vassal. But we'll think about, we'll contemplate that some more. So we've got our movements going in the north. Sensei, let's just complete you moving all the way, your movement points, and then finally we got to come down here and take a look at this force. Is it replenished enough? Do we feel strong enough to move on out? And I think we do. So shall we move out on the river? And you know, I'm kind of thinking I want to put Cheng Pu in charge of the army. He's been with me for a long time, so I'm going to give him a reward by putting him in charge of the army right now. And let's take his force and enter the river. Start moving south, moving on south. To get ready to go against the Badong Iron Mine. And there we see it. pretty much defenseless, so I'm fine with that. And that means we would get for the first time in this game, the full Commanderie of Bedong. That sounds kind of cool. Solidifying our move to the west along the river here, which is the Yangtze River. Yangtze. Okay, that's it for this turn. I'm thinking I'm going to hold off on spending on building so that when I have the ability, we can increase our army here and see about adding. In fact, let's see if there's anybody that might be a good fit. Sun Ren, still not sure. We could always decide to get rid of, at least in this army, this guy and switch him out with Waidan. Oh, so many possibilities. His Jian is his last loyalty, so could be a spy, or he just didn't stick with him because he doesn't have any loyalties before then. So yeah, it just might be a spy. Since we were at war with him, but we may take a risk. May take a risk. I don't. In fact, let's bring Sun Ren down there. Let's hire her on. We have our light spear cavalry we can add. We have light halberd cavalry which we can add. And we also have the light sword cavalry. So I think what we'll do, add a couple of the light sword cavalry for now and leave it at that. We've spent our funds. And let's move on and get out of this winter. Yuan Shao issues an ultimatum. He offers us peace on behalf of Cao Cao. Rejecting will result in war. Oh, because Cao Cao is a vassal of Yuan Shao. Well, I think we're just gonna, I have so much animosity towards Cao Cao, I'm gonna reject that, and we will now be at war with Yuan Shao also. He is a little weaker than us, so I have confidence. Yeah, can you hear the confidence in my voice? We're gonna reject it, resulting in war, and I have confidence that we can handle Yuan Shao. How about that? Okay, Yuan Shao has vassalized Cao Cao, of course, right as I'm about to take it over. So we are now at war with him, but Zhengjian signed a peace treaty with Cao Cao. I'm sure a lot of people signed peace with Cao Cao, except for me, of course, and so therefore I'm at war now with Yuan Shao. Zhengjian signed a peace treaty with Gongdu. Who cares? The puppet Han Emperor captured Liu Yu. Kong Rong has captured. So that may mean Kong Rong is over the Han Empire these days, as far as that goes. So we'll take a look at that before declaring official war on the Han Empire. And we have some different peace with the Han. Fiery versus enigmatic. As you are taking in the air, you overhear a conversation between two colleagues. There is strength in mystery, my friend. Do not be so bold all the time, says the first. What? Cries the second. I do not see your point. My passion is irrepressible. I cannot contain it. The two make you laugh, but also pose an interesting question. Do I want to have the relationship deepen greatly between Sun Jian and Sun Ren? Well, I can't. I don't even have a choice. I don't have the right trait for that, so we're going to go with Sun Ren and deepen our relationship with our daughter. Buildings. We have built the pine timber storehouse in Liujiang, and the harbor trader of Badong has been built. So, ooh, look at that income. Look at that income. Let's take a look and see if we've lost some trade rights by going to war with Yuan Shao. Yeah, I have one more trade opportunity available. So let's see who might be available for trade. Get my income back up. Han Sui, wherever you are. I don't see you, but we're going to see if we can get trade with you. And it's in our favor. He will do it. It is worth 650. And we'll see if we can get a little payment from him to balance it out a little bit more. We'll take 768 to do that trade deal. Okay, and then while we're there, let's take a look at Yuan Shao, Cao Cao, who we hopefully will eliminate very shortly. Liu Zhang over here we are at war with. Liu Yu we are at war with. Oh, that's, I believe, who was the Zhang Yang and Zerong. So Zhang Yang, there's so many that are so different by just, so Zhang Yang is at war with us right now, so we may have to take Sun Ce or Sun Jian and move him over that way to deter or go against him. So let's get Sun Jian moving. Because it looks like he's going to be moving towards the lumber yard. That's his ultimate goal. And let's see if we can move against Cao Cao here. Cao Pi. And a decisive victory. We can demand surrender, which isn't going to happen because I believe it's his last place. We're just going to delegate this decisive victory out. It would have been probably a magic. Oh no, it's a wide open battlefield with trees and everything. We're just going to, since it's a decisive victory, and we outnumber greatly, we're just going to delegate that one. And 22 heroism gained. We've gained some ancillaries we're going to occupy, and we have destroyed Cao Cao's faction. People of merit, we have Lady Bian in our midst. Maybe somebody to look at hiring potentially. Of course, ambition to gain independence as an administrator. Something to keep in mind. Occupation, captured the enemy capital, and we gained an ancillary whooping clay rat, but we'll hang on to that. Killed in battle was Gu, one of Gu Zhu Yu. And we actually border up here. Oh, that's Gongshung Zan. It is not Yuan Shao. Okay, we got these forces in the south now also. Let's complete them joining up. We got, wow, he is just not a speedy general, is he? Even in forced march. Let's get you down here. Oh, we don't even need to have you replenished or anything other than we have you upgraded in certain areas where you can. So let's just get you back in forced march. And it looks like next turn we'll start moving up the river towards Zerong. And we can look here. In fact, let's put you as the general. Get all my children up into their generalships, and we can always look at Mamidi. How is your happiness? You're not the most happy person in the world, even with all the bonuses I get. So do we have someone?
大人有何打算?
That would be a better fit there, probably. All these wasted funds as I shuffle people around. But you know, having mixed loyalties in it, that's not the end of the world. So we're just going to continue with this army as is and see if we can't recruit a couple more units to round out the force here. And I'm thinking we'll go with just a couple of the halberd to round out her forces. There we go. Seems to be, and I haven't been able to eliminate these pauses, sometimes when I move over certain open UI elements, it seems to cause a pause in the sound, and I haven't figured out a fix for that. If anybody out there has figured out a fix for that, please let me know. I'm still researching on the internet. It's annoying at times when you hover over something and all of a sudden the sound cuts out. We got a reform due. We haven't had a reform in a while, and what that we can move for right now, just in case we end up having some happiness issues in our commanderies, we're going to go up so we can build the highest level of the Confucius Temple, the Grand Temple of Confucius, to help with our public order. So let's go with that with our next one, and then we can start looking at some other options on our reform tree going forward. No, just stay in the city. It's one of those moments where I look at who I want to move, but I don't click on them, and then somebody else moves. Okay, we're going to get you back in the city right here. There we go. Okay. Who do we have left? Do we have any movement down here on the Yangtze River? Yes, we do. So we may be looking at taking over. Who are you? You're Yuan Shu. We're fine with that. We're going to move up, and I think that'll require declaring war, or by moving there it will declare war. But let's look at the Han Empire here. Are they not anybody's vassal anymore? It looks like they may not be anybody's vassal anymore. So oh no, they are. It's a vassal of Kong Rong now. So that's who I'm going to end up going at war with by going against the Han Empire. So Kong Rong way up here. You're still a potential threat for me, but we are going to take on the Han Empire anyway, because you don't scare me, do ya? I'll come to regret some of these words, I'm sure. Let's move up onto land. And we definitely are trespassing.
那就这么办吧。我等坚若磐石，尔等尽可来攻。
Sun Jian declared war on the Han Empire, and Kong Rong has declared now war on me, just what we thought would happen. So that's even more people that don't like us to the north. So hopefully the 2 armies that I have up there will be enough. In fact, let's take a look. We are allowed 4 armies this way, and then I have, I think, one of our reforms allowed another army. So we have our 5 armies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armies that we're allowed right now. So we got to get a promotion or have him move up to Duke to be able to have another army available. So that is our promotion. We are 38. We are 62 points away, it looks like, from our promotion. Okay, I think what we will do at this time, do we have any other buildings that make sense for us? Yeah, we'll just hang on to our funds at this point and move on to the next turn and see what that brings to us. We'll kind of take a wide view so we can see more of the movement happening around us, perhaps. Sun Tse way up north, not far from Kong Rong, who just declared war on us, and not far from Yuan Shao. Yi Zhan Li Ting. Who are you at war with? You're my vassal, so you're probably at war with everyone else, right? Zheirong, Zhangyang, Han Empire, and Kong Rong, but not Yuan Shao. But Zhangyang, that's the one moving towards these territories. I was tempted to give you the Luoyang lumberyard if you weren't at war with him, but now we'll just have a little race towards the lumberyard, I think, here. So I think that's where we're at. Let's go on to the next turn and see what happens. Like I said, we'll take a little bit of a wider view just to see more of who might be moving around. Now let's focus in on these 2. This is the one I'm most interested at the moment. Let's see where they go. Kong Rong. Kong Rong moving some forces down the river by my vassal, but not turning into my vassal. And he is racing toward the lumberyard just as we expected. But he can't do anything against the lumberyard, so where is he truly headed? Zheng Zhang declared war on the Han Empire. Kong Rong has vassalized Liu Yu. Kongzhou has signed a peace treaty with Liu Yu. We got all sorts of negotiations. It's almost overwhelming the amount of negotiations we sometimes get, so I'm going to kind of try and go a little quick. Yuan Shao has signed a peace treaty with Liu Yu. Coalition became a military alliance. Kong Rong and Tao Ying. So a lot of shuffling around as a result of that. And Ma Teng has joined a war alongside the Duchy of Zhang. Phew, that was a lot of stuff to get through. The following generals have been awarded new ranks because of their exemplary deeds in service of our faction. So Lady Wu has a promotion. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Army reports the following armies are blocked in their paths and another route must be found for them. Chengpu and the Badong iron mine. How so is that? Let's see. Let's get down. Here we go. Yeah, I don't think we have any path taken up. Let's go to the Badong iron mine. That's decisive victory. So why don't we... Should we go in and fight one on the map for the sake of this? And this is a tough little one going in against a mine. But his forces aren't too strong, or we should be able to fight through them, and we got to see Chengpu in action and see how he does. So let's start the battle. Hopefully with these narrow little corridors we can still pull out a decisive victory. Yeah, look how ugly and tight that little battle's going to be. But we'll place our forces to try and maximize, and we got towers everywhere, and I don't know that we have... Now we do have flaming shot. What do you know? Small wonders will wonders never cease. These arrows will go against this side of towers, and then the other arrows will set up against these towers. Whoa, make myself dizzy. And then these four, we'll kind of split our forces in half. The stronger ones being on this side between all the towers, and the more depleted ones going off against these towers over here. Okay, let's start the battle. And they've got forces in front of all the towers. Okay, we should be ready with this tower just about, not quite. They're retreating behind the one tower. Time to start moving forces in, I believe.
快集合兵力！将军有难，急需救援。
攻击！听命！万箭齐发！
兵听命！大业！
骑兵听命！快点！射手准备，顽强不屈。射翻敌军。步兵听命！友军正在遭受攻击。
准备就绪。
做好准备。
剑士准备。听下命令。攻击敌军。
弓箭准备。放！弓箭手听命。发射！
出鞘！
离胜利又近了一步。
准备好了，刀枪不入。
扑灭敌军！
准备，射手就绪。万箭齐发。弓箭手准备。万箭齐发。看，敌军士兵正在退逃。骑兵
Get our halberds to the front against the cavalry over here.
准备开战！赶快！箭如雨下！练兵就位！
Yeah, I wouldn't call this a decisive victory, would you?
住，
Feeling pretty.
加快速度。
And this is one that probably
敌
should
军
have
仓
been
皇逃窜，
auto-resolved,
一
but
群懦夫。
had to fight it out.
打破敌军！练兵就位！兵听命！兵在此！兵攻！剑士听命！
我射击！
矢时已尽，无法继续射击了。准备好了，赶快，赶快！
赶紧走。
兵力注意！准备武器，面甲不止。骑兵听令，尽速厮杀！箭手注意，放箭！看剑，使劲上！
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫。停住！众军前进！敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫。
Somehow it still says it was decisive. Oh my lord. I guess through all these clashes up here, there wasn't enough damage done to me as it looked. I don't know how. I love the frozen arrow shots. I don't know how it ended up being not or anything but a decisive victory, but I'll take it. In the end, we made it.
正义必胜，我等应设宴庆贺。
6 heroism have been claimed. We are going to occupy Badong, and that should complete a commandery for us. I don't need any kind of migration. We're going to ignore the advice. We have completed the Badong commandery now. That's, I think, our 3rd completed commandery. And Baiyuan Jin is moving through our area. We'll look at that when we need to see about expanding another army. We do have a promotion left. I think what we'll do is we'll take care of this promotion for Lady Wu, and we'll end the episode after that. We'll see if we got the right fit for a promotion down here. We have stability, understanding, dignity, and instinct. And I'm thinking with Lady Wu being on the battlefield, intensity is the way I'm leaning towards to enable mighty knockback and plus 25 charge speed. And she's the one with the cavalry. So let's apply that. And speaking of Lady Wu, where are we in? Oh, we're 4 smart, so I can't upgrade. I was thinking of changing the mix of cavalry, giving her a couple melee cavalry as I sit here looking at her retinue to balance out, so we don't need to go 100% against archers. It'd be nice to have a little more balanced attack there. But we'll look at that next time. We'll look at a bunch of things next time. We still have a race up here going against the lumberyard. And let's see what Sun Jian's movement would be. So much for ending the episode, right? Let's put him on regular movement. How far can he get? He can get and reach the Luoyang lumberyard. And why don't we get in there? Since it's a defendable position for us there. See if we can entice ourselves to be attacked and then do once again sally forth and defeat the enemies. So that is what we'll look at there. And now this is going to be ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking of the playthrough, and if you have any solution for this annoying bug out of the sound in the middle of the gameplay. I've been researching it like crazy, trying to get it fixed. But if you have a good answer or a good solution that maybe you've experienced in your